Hey man, if y'all don't know what's going on, man, then this DJ MC Mr. Low Key. We over here on Trill for Life Radio. This where Trill is not just a word or a slogan, it's a real life lifestyle. We live like this, man. And we got a super exclusive player interview coming up right now, man. Before we get into it, man, can you please introduce yourself?
Yo, man, this Stevvy South, the Southern child with the sweetest sounds, bring you some of the most classical, some of the most vibrant, some of the most inspirational and creative music coming out of Houston, Texas right now.
Already. Well, say, man, tell me a little bit about yourself, man. Where you from?
Well, I was born in Houston, Texas. You know, my dad from New Orleans and my mama from around about Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. So yeah, I grew up in between pretty much all three states. You know what I'm saying? Louisiana. My dad raised me in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Okay.
For about 10 years, from the age of 10 to about 18, 19. And then when I turned like 19 years old, he sent me out here to Houston, Texas, and here I go. Here I am.
Already. So is that one of the main reasons you call yourself the...
There you go. Yeah. Southern child with the sweetest sound, Stevvy South, South, yeah, because I embrace that. You know what I'm saying? I embrace being born, in Houston, Texas, and being raised, you know what I'm saying, by some Southern parents across the South, taking that culture, that Louisiana culture and that Houston culture, and that Mississippi soulful culture and implementing it into my sound. You know what I'm saying? I really can't avoid it with this accent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It just comes naturally, but I just embrace that southern feel and that southern sound and put it into my music.
Already, man. So for somebody that haven't had a chance to meet you yet or listen to your music, you know what I'm saying, that southern sound, like what's some of your influences, especially from Houston to Louisiana to Mississippi?
Yeah. So one of my main influences really growing up, man, was like two main guys. I ain't gonna lie to you. My dad introduced me to Juvenile, at a young age, just that real talk. My mom, being a child riding around in my mama back seat, it'll be Tupac and Biggie for sure, you know what I'm saying? And around my grandmothers, it'll be, Frankie Beverly and Mays.
Okay.
It'll be, Al Green, the Isley Brothers. It'll be all that, but taking trips with my dad to New Orleans, it'll be, Juvenile and Cash Money. And then later on, I myself would discover UGK and really take a liking into a man named Chad Butler. Y'all may know him by the name Pimp C. And these guys were great influences on my life, and being raised, not really having a dad growing up, I would turn to their music, for instruction on how to live and how to run and what to believe, growing up. So yeah, man. And then, of course, in Baton Rouge, other artists like Webby and Boosie would also play a major part, in the way I grew up, and then just life lessons will mold me and shape me into the man that I am today, and give me the morale and the judgment and the wisdom that I have today,
That's real.
Yeah,
That's true. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the artists that you name, it definitely shows a variety of type of music. You know what I'm saying? They go from Juvie to Pimp to Frankie Beverly and Mays. You know what I'm saying? So just talk about your coming up, you know what I'm saying, and experiencing these different environments. You know what I'm saying? And we always say that certain environments can create the person that you are. You know what I'm saying? So what's some of the things that you experienced coming up that shaped you as an artist and a man?
Man, wow. The environment that you grow up in, I've come to learn that it really plays a major role on who you're going to be. Growing up and spending time in Mississippi with my mama's side of the family, all I knew was love. You know what I'm saying? Like I got big cousins and family. You couldn't touch me. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't say nothing to me wrong. You couldn't, because I was little cuz and they was gonna get on you. You know what I'm saying? But when my dad, got custody over me, you know what I'm saying, I went to Baton Rouge. Rouge, it was none of that no more. You know what I'm saying? It was every man for himself. You know what I'm saying? It's, you go from being in an environment where you protected, you know what I'm saying, where nobody can tell you nothing, to now, when I went to Baton Rouge, I was put in an environment where I had to learn how to fight for myself. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn a whole new way of life. When I was young coming up, in Mississippi, there is no violence. At that age, there is no gang violence or hood violence or street violence. You know what I'm saying? But when I went to Baton Rouge, I had to learn the ways of the streets. You know what I'm saying? That's where I started to learn the ways of the streets. Learning, how to survive. You know what I'm saying? And even selling drugs. And as I got older, hanging out with certain people, and you next thing you know, you involved with real robbers and real killers. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, and in Baton Rouge, it really ain't no joke. You know what I'm saying? I really grew up in that Boosie era. When Boosie was really taking off. You know what I'm saying? I was just a young boy, just and listening to Lil Boosie, his words were golden. Like, I ain't gonna lie, growing up, his words were like God to us. You know what I'm saying? Like, when he come on the microphone, he basically ran Baton Rouge at that time. And I remember when I first got out there, dudes asked me like, "You listen to Lil Boosie?" I was like, "I don't even know who that is." You know what I'm saying? And they was like, "Man, I'm gonna put you on Boosie." So it's crazy, and just that environment. But everybody was a product of the environment. Trying to survive in poverty. You know what I'm saying? We became what we became, and so that's what in Baton Rouge I really learned how to fight. I really learned how to, how things go, and you really learn that life ain't really peaches and cream. You know what I'm saying? So I guess, I learned the hardships of life in Louisiana. I had good friends and family, that loved me and everything, but, I learned that it was really real, you know what I'm saying? When your classmates dying to gun violence, you know what I'm saying? In middle school, you know what I'm saying? In high school, dudes is dying, your classmates, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you learn that it's real treacherous in them streets, you know what I'm saying? And later on, I would be given a chance to come out here to Houston, Texas, by my dad. When I turned 18, he sent me out here, and I came out here, man, and really continued rapping like I always was doing. When I was young, I was really into rap music. I used to rap like even since I was like 8 years old. I was infatuated with rap, man, with hip hop. I mean, like studying the greats, you know what I'm saying, from the East Coast to the West Coast, even the South, of course the South, but all the music together, man, just infatuated, I made up my mind, I wanted to be one of the coldest rappers when I grow up, And so that really kept me out of trouble though, man, no lie, like having that not being a basketball player or a football player, you know what I'm saying, but just always being that young man that was ready to freestyle, or always, my attention was always really on writing rap songs, so it really kept me out of a lot of trouble, you know what I'm saying. And when I came out here to Houston, Texas in like 2008, it's crazy because when I came out here, it wasn't as rowdy as Baton Rouge is, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I remember friends inviting me to the club, and I'm going to the club ready to fight. I'm going to the club ready to tear it down. And I remember this friend of mine, she approached me and she was like, "Why you over in the corner looking angry?" Yeah. And I said, "Man, I'm ready for it to jump off in here, because in Baton Rouge, we go to the club, we about to fight, And she told me, "Nah, it's not like that. We chilling. We just chilling. Get you a drink and chill." Yeah. And man, it was just like, it was like adapting to a new culture, of people, not saying that there's still some people that still may be on that type of stuff, but just at that time, just the environments was so different. And you come to Houston, but I was a lot older then, and of course, coming from Baton Rouge to Houston, I was a little bit older, so I had to learn, a new culture. Like a lot of people people are just laid back players, man. Just chilling, man, just enjoying life. You know, they trying to get to their money. You know, they trying to handle their business. You know, and it was another life changing experience. You know, so just growing up in the South, man, and then you know even taking trips to New Orleans. You know, with my dad to go see my grandmother and stuff was also had an influence on me. You know, but yeah, man, I'm really a Southern baby, man. That's all I know. I ain't never been nowhere else but Houston, Texas. You know, Louisiana and Mississippi. You know, that's where my family.
Already, man, and that says a lot about you being a person. You know what I'm saying? Seeing different backgrounds and experiencing different things. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, just off the look, you know what I'm saying? Because people can have the wrong perception about a person.
For real,
you know what I'm saying? And you clean cut and you sharp. You know what I'm saying? But having that experience definitely shaped you as a person. You know what I'm saying?
I had to grow up. I had to learn. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn.
Already. So how long you been doing music?
So, man, I've been doing music. You know, I was 8 years old when my cousin named O-Dog from Bay St. Louis, Mississippi, gave me a microphone. He said, look, he had his own little studio in his house, and I was like 8 years old. He handed me the microphone. He was like, look, cuz, you spit something. And I remember I was 8, man, I grabbed a mic. I was like, I kicking your door out there, you know, cursing and stuff. And he was like, whoa, look, cuz, you might have something, you know what I'm saying? And really ever since then, man, like, my ear was, you know, opened up to like, you know, just the different sounds around me. And so I put it in my heart, you know, that I was going to be the greatest musician or rapper or artist of all time, you know what I'm saying? And I always strive to be that, you know, since I was 8 years old. And I remember getting older and going like to middle school, and then on career day, you know, I raised my hand. I asked the teacher, like, what I got to do to be a superstar, to be a rapper? She'd be like, she looked at me, she said, good luck, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, but then it was crazy because like all that time, you know, I really learned and really kept, you know, writing and kept, you know, making beats. And I'll be beating on the table during lunch and freestyling and just always being active with that. It molded and shaped me into somebody now that I hear instrumental and boom, I got the hook.
Already.
You know, I hear the beat, boom, you know, freestyle, you know, like I'm like a freestyle king, I'll be honest with you. You know, like when it comes to rap, I don't really rap now, you know, but when it comes to that craft, you know, I'm well versed in it. When it comes to music, you know, then having my ears open to other sounds and stuff, you know, like Sade or like Kim, like Maxwell, and these other artists that and you know, Erykah Badu and these people that I listen to now open my ears up to more instruments and stuff and give me more, you know, on top of what I already had, you know, from Manny Fresh or Mouse on the Track, you know what I'm saying?
Really, man, because I ain't gonna lie, I remember the first time I seen you when you came to one of my events, man. You came out with that saxophone.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I was talking about it, and the way you serenaded the crowd. I will never forget seeing you perform, man.
For sure.
So what made you switch genres from rap to the soul, or, you know what I'm saying, whatever, you know what I'm saying, you'll call it?
So, back in the days, I think like when I was like 23, like, man, I think that was actually like the climax of me inside of music, man. Like I had linked up with a producer, man. He was, you know, making all the beats and stuff like that. He actually got some type of, I guess he got signed or something like that to Swisher House in some way, and so he ended up bringing me to Swisher House with him. And man, that experience was like life changing, man. Like coming from being a teenager in Baton Rouge, listening to Swisher House mixtapes, to coming to Houston, Texas, and being invited to Swisher House, you know, to see that and experience that. Over time, man, I just felt like I ain't gonna say perfected rap, but you know, I love rap. I fell in love with rap, but certain things I just settled down, you know, had a family and just grew up a bit more and just even put music on pause for a minute, you know, got my life right with God and just changed it, just grew up, you know what I'm saying, on certain things. So my perception on the way I was living, it's just not the way I used to live no more, you know what know what I'm saying? So I'm a lot more mature, and so even the music I like now has changed. You know what I'm saying? I still am a fan of those artists and their art, but me as an individual, you know, what I like now has changed. You know, so yeah, man, I think that has a major influence on my direction now. You know what I'm saying? What I want to put out, you know, and what has inspired me. You know what I'm saying? The artists that inspire me, you know, from like, so now I be listening to like M-Tune, you know what I'm saying? Juicy, you know what I'm saying? I love stuff like that now, you know? And man, yeah, so that kind of molded my direction now, and I picked up the saxophone, man. Been playing the saxophone. I'm good on the keyboard too. So I get in the studio with a producer and I just help him make. You know, I've been collaborating with certain producers in Houston now too. You know, doing my thing in there, just trying to create my unique sound. And you can tell on some of my songs though, like that. Oh, he used to be a rapper. You could tell like he got that hip flow to him. You know, so people could tell. You know, it ain't all the way gone. You know, but I just use it for more of a grown and sexy type feel now. You know.
I know that's right. I know that's right, man. Because basically, what you saying, I hear elevation and growth. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
You seen a lot, but then you also have a perception on where you want to go.
Yeah, exactly.
You know
exactly.
What I mean? So speaking on that, like, you know what I'm saying, what's your direction when it comes to music? Like, you know what I'm saying, where you want to go and where you see yourself taking this music thing?
Yeah, so where I want to go eventually, I want to put together some type of live band, you know, and really be a place and create a space and a place where individuals can come and just get away, you know, and to my events or to my shows and get away and hear some uplifting, inspiring, positive music, you know what I'm saying, that can take them away from the life that is real, the reality, the challenges that real life bring them, you know what I'm saying? And I just want to be somebody that's that people find to be uplifting to them, you know, and inspiring to them, you know, and bring this goodness and all these good things that I found in life. I want to bring that to the listeners and to fans alike, you know, that they may also partake in this peace, you know what I'm saying, that I found, and this joy that I got now, you know what I'm saying, through that I found through, you know, elevating and learning in life. Like, I don't have no troubles no more, to be honest with you, bro. Like, everything around me be positive, you know, like it ain't no dude shooting at me, you know, no more, you know, like I ain't got to worry about getting robbed and all that no more, like, you know what I'm saying, I don't even indulge in stuff like that. Just everything around me is positive, and it may be hard for a lot of people to fathom that, imagine that, but that's what it is for me right now. So I go in the studio, man, I put that on the track, you know. So yeah, in the future I definitely want to just be bigger, you know, better, greater, you know, smoother, more elegant, more wiser, you know, stronger, more inspirational, more creative, you know, as more doors open up for me. I want to just be able to bring this beautiful music and this beautiful art to listeners and fans alike, that they may be a part of this here too, you know.
No, that's right. I know that's right, man. And speaking on that, because due to how music is now, you know what I mean? Like, as we get older, we realize some of this music ain't positive, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And the world is so negative. So how important it is for you to continue to push that positivity music in the world of negative, and how it might, you know what I'm saying, how you might stand out, but you see your place in this game?
Man, it is so much negative, but it's all about really what you surround yourself with and what you have decided as an individual you will allow in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got people I block in real life. You know what I'm saying? I block you in real life. If you disturbing my peace, you know, and you know, because my peace is priceless, man. It's precious to me. And so a lot of people are are affected by the things that they allowed in their life or the things that they decide to be partake of. A lot of people are experiencing the consequences of their decisions. That's all they experience.
Talk to them.
You know what I'm saying? So they going through all these different things, but it's just consequences from the things that they allow. You know, but when you choose to allow nothing but peace and positivity, even in your friends and the certain people you let in your life and all that, it affects your, you know, your everything, your energy, everything around you. You know, so you just gotta be careful about the things that you allow around you. And even with the music, man, hey, it's your decision whether or not you want to turn that on or listen to that, if it's negative or indulge in it or whatever. You know, I can't say the world, but you know what I'm saying, as a man, all I can do is, like Zero say, all I can do is look out for mine. You know, so I've made the decision within myself, you know, what I want to listen to and what I want to indulge in, or even in the real world, what I want to be a part of or what I want to partake in, knowing that whatever I decide to do, they got consequences behind it. You know what I'm saying? As a man, I can't blame nobody else for nothing else. All I can do is look in the mirror and accept what come to me as a man. That's all I can do. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, and like I say, there's beautiful artists out there, man, even now besides me, that's putting that beautiful positivity into that music, man, and it sound good, man. It's jamming, it's hitting. I ride around to it all day, you know. And then there's that other stuff that people decide, you know, that they would rather listen to. And you know, it's all about, I guess, preference, you know. And then not only just music, you know, lifestyles. It's all about preferences. It's about what you want to do. But you know, we just got to remember that, you know, for every action there's a reaction. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm talking about, hey man, you might as well be a preacher at the end of the day, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely talking that good real, man. We call this Trill, man.
Yeah,
True,
for real,
man. Straight up,
yeah.
man. So let's just talk about your music, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? How long you been doing it? I mean, we passed that, but you got any albums or mixtapes or singles out there for the people?
Yeah, for sure. So man, I've been putting this songwriting capability to work, man, and this creativity to work. One of my recent singles is called Bay Breeze. Real beautiful song, man. Real smooth, elegant, soulful sound. And then I recently wrote another song called Miss Lou X's. So that's what a lot of people are falling in love with. It's a country song called Miss Lou X's.
Lou X's? What that mean?
So it has it's basically like a love story that I've experienced traveling from Mississippi to Louisiana to Texas.
Already.
You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful love story, you know, and you know, it just speaks about just even the different relationships or the relationships that I found along the way. And many times me traveling as a kid, you know, sadly, you know, I have my little girlfriend or whatever, and sorry, I gotta go. You know, like my dad, and you know, I'm gonna move with my dad in Louisiana. So now the young love that I got in Mississippi, you never see her again. You know what I'm saying? And then I go to Houston, Texas, and then the young love I had in Louisiana, I'm sorry, I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? So it's a story about that, and it's a beautiful song, man. It's a beautiful song. When I wrote it, I had intentions on it really being something smoother and more southern sound jamming, you know, but the person that made the instrumental for me, he made like a country beat to it. And I made some adjustments to it. I stepped in and did a little production with it, and we added a little bit more culture to it, you know, a little bit more 808, a little bit more snare to it, you know, to get that feel, you know. And so in the process of doing that, it created this unique country hip feel, you know. And man, the song came out beautiful, man. So many good reviews about this song. Everybody telling me, bro, you need to do country music, you know what I'm saying? It's whatever, you know, it's whatever. But yeah, so right now I got the Bay Breeze, I got Miss Lou X's, I got other singles such as Saturday Night. People love that song too, Saturday Night. another beautiful poetic song. It's called "A Thousand Smiles." It's one of my favorite songs I wrote. Yeah, so I love to write songs. I'm really a lyricist, man. I enjoy it. I really love every aspect of this music. You know, anyway, I can express myself through lyricism. I love it. I love it.
Already, that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, man, do you do a lot of performing back and forth in Houston, Baton Rouge, and Mississippi?
So I haven't been out of town yet so far. Just in Houston lately, little venues, you know, just doing what I can, or what I'm allowed to, or what, you know, the events that I find that kind of fit and suit, you know, my style of music, you know what I'm saying, that environment. Yeah, I got shows coming up. I'm already booked for certain shows coming up in late October and November. On top of that, music videos coming out. So yeah, I'm putting in a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting in work, but I really ain't working because I love what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I don't even feel no strains of work. I'm just enjoying myself. You know,
right.
For real.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So is there any artists out there that you see yourself wanting to work with?
Oh yes, sir. For sure, man. Definitely want to link up with it's some soul artists, man. I've been thinking about maybe one day. Hopefully, I get a verse from Sade before you know.
That's
you know. Also, I'll be listening to a young man by the name of Masego, very beautiful, talented young brother. A young lady by the name of Cleo Soul. I love listening to her music too. In the Houston area, man, anybody that's really willing and ready to work, you know what I'm saying, I'm down with it, man. I'm available. I'm just down with making some classic, timeless music, you know what I'm saying. That's what I want to do, you know.
Already, man. Because I mean, like I say, since hearing you perform that one time, man, I'm definitely inspired to see this young black man speaking that good positive, and then keeping it grown and sexy. You know what I'm saying?
Got to.
Yeah, like how important it is for you to keep it grown and sexy. You know what I'm saying? And then keep the image that you got to go with it.
Well, I ain't gonna lie, it ain't hard for the image part, man. It ain't hard, man. I just do me. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like my cousin always tell me, he said, man, what I'm not, I ain't, and what he say, what I ain't, I never will be. You know what I'm saying? You know, they say it like that. So I just be me, man. That's all I could be. I can't be nobody else. I can't do nobody else, and that's what make me stand out. You know, I ain't trying to be nobody else. You know, I may be influences, and you may see remnants of, you know, my inspiration, like the people before me in me. You know, like you may hear a taste of Juvenile in me. You may hear a piece of Pimp C in me. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I can only be me. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can do is do my thing. So, you know, when I step out, you know what I'm saying, and I'm dressed like this, I ain't trying to be nobody else. I'm trying to be me. I'm trying to do me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to pretend to be nothing I ain't. You know what I'm saying? I'll be the first to tell you, bro, I'm not no gangster. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no thug. You know, this is me. This Stevvy South. When you holler at me, when you talk to me, you gonna get that real, you know, but you know, I'm just me. I'm just trying to be me. I ain't trying to be nobody else. So when it comes to these songs, man, and just being grown and sexy, I mean, that's what I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm grown, I'm mature. You know what I'm saying? I done, you know, been through the youthful ignorance. You know what I'm saying? I didn't rob before. You know what I'm saying? I didn't stole before. You know what I'm saying? I didn't burglarize, crept in people's house and all that before. But you know what I'm saying? We learned from that. You know what I'm saying? We grew up from that. We matured. You know what I'm saying? And so we experienced the ignorances of life and the different things. So now, you know what I'm saying, I'm just taking that experience and putting it behind a microphone and putting that southern sound behind something smooth and jazzy, you know what I'm saying, for those that's grown and sexy, you know what I'm saying. And yeah, man, this is a unique sound, man, that I'm bringing. Only I can be me, and that's one thing artists gotta remember. You can never be nobody else. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes you stand out as an artist. It's when you just do you, because there'll never be another you. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I love it, man. I love it, man. I love your inspiration. I love your growth.
Yeah.
I love what you're talking about, man. You know what I'm saying? And that should definitely be some inspiration to the next artist out there, man.
For sure.
A lot of people following the trend.
Yeah.
The simple fact that you not following the trend, you creating your own trend. It says a lot about you.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So what type of advice could you give a upcoming artist that's trying to figure out which way to go? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Man, I always tell myself this, man. There's a lot of people that ride the waves, you know what I'm saying? But I don't ride the waves, you know. I pride myself on being a wave maker. You know what I'm saying? I make the waves. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at some of the biggest artists, man, the biggest names that you can name, they never rode waves. They was making the waves. You know what I'm saying? And the people who was less creative and less, I guess, talented kind of rode their wave. You know what I'm saying? But eventually, every wave comes to an end. You know what I'm saying? But the wave maker will always be there, making more waves, setting more trends, creating more styles. You know what I'm saying? And when you're not afraid to step out and be yourself and be unique, then you always gonna create waves. You know what I'm saying? And then somebody that's ain't got it, they just gonna try to mimic and just ride your little wave. But then you as a wave maker, you go and make another wave. You know what I'm saying? All you can do is you just keep doing your thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hear a lot of artists out there doing their thing, but so just be yourself, man. That's all I can tell artists. Be yourself. You know what I'm saying? And never pretend to be something you not. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, man, that's one of the things I prided myself on. You know, when it was time to ride, you know, hey, if that's in me, that's what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? But I grew up and I learned, like, man, hey, never try to be something you not. Never try. That to me, that's always been the real definition of Trill. You know what I'm saying? Never being something that you not. Never trying to be something that you not. You know what I'm saying? Or something that's beyond you. You know what I'm saying? If there's a man and he's a painter and he loves to paint, then he could be Trill, the trillest painter you've ever seen. Or if she like to skateboard, then let her skateboard and let her be real in skateboarding, because that's who she is. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Trill mean to me. You know, it always been like, be yourself, be true to yourself. You know, if you can't be real with yourself, there's no way you can be real with me. You know what I'm saying?
Too Trill for TV, man.
For real.
This is Trill for life,
for real, man.
And this is what Trill, not just a word or a slogan. It's a lifestyle. We live like this, man. It's an honor and a pleasure to have you come pull up on me, man. So before we go, man, let the people know where they can follow you, find you, check out your music and all that.
Yeah, man. You can find me on Instagram at STEVVEYY_South. Where I'm at, I'm on TikTok, Stevvy South, Instagram, Stevvy South, on all platforms, iTunes, Apple Music, everywhere, man. Stevvy South, just look me up, man. Google me, you'll find me. You know, if you any artist looking for somebody like myself, somebody unique, you know, if you need like inspiring hook, or you need some ghost writing for, you know, some of your songs, or you need some songwriting, just hit me up, contact me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't too Hollywood, you know. I'm able to be reached, man. It's all love, baby.
Too Trill for TV, man, and we out. Yeah, that's it. Oh, that was good.